Imagine opening an old drawer, a dusty jar, or a forgotten box in the attic, and finding something so small, yet so powerful, that it could instantly change your entire life. Not gold, not jewelry, not stocks, but a single US coin hidden in plain sight, worth more than $925,000 in today's explosive auction market. Welcome back to CoinX USA, where every episode uncovers the hidden wealth that most people walk past every day without even knowing. But today is different. Because the 4 coins you're about to see are not just rare, they're earth-shaking. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts race, that ignite bidding wars, and that turn everyday Americans into overnight legends. These coins come from ordinary pockets, ordinary change, ordinary homes, but carry extraordinary value. And I'm not talking about a few $1,000s. No, I'm talking about jaw-dropping, life-shifting, history-defining treasures, coins that have crossed the 6-figure mark, coins that experts hunt relentlessly, coins that the auction market treats like VIP royalty. As we count down the top 4 most valuable USA coins worth over $925,000, every story gets more suspenseful, every detail more shocking, and every discovery more unbelievable. Each coin carries a past filled with mystery, metal secrets, minting accidents, forgotten eras, and survival odds so impossible that the few that remain are now considered nothing less than American artifacts of extreme wealth. And remember, this isn't fiction, this isn't fantasy, and it's definitely not hype. These coins are selling for real money right now. Their values are skyrocketing faster than ever, and some collectors still don't even realize they exist. But you will, because today you're about to see how 4 small pieces of metal have become 4 massive treasures. So tighten your seatbelt, because once you hear the stories behind these coins, you will never look at American change the same way again. Let's unlock this hidden fortune. Coin number 1. The year was 1920. America stood at the crossroads of transformation. The Great War had ended, industries were booming, and a new sense of national confidence was rising like a storm. It was an era of bold artistic expression where even the nation's currency became a canvas for symbolism, beauty, strength, and identity. And right in the heart of this powerful moment emerged the iconic Standing Liberty Quarter, a coin unlike anything Americans had ever seen before. This wasn't just a piece of money, it was art. It was patriotism. It was the physical embodiment of a nation stepping forward into a new chapter. And the 1920 version, without a mint mark, represents one of the most elusive, emotionally charged, and spiritually significant coins in all of US coinage. The first thing that makes this coin truly breathtaking is its design. Lady Liberty standing tall, shield lifted, guarding the nation against threats unknown, her posture confident and unbreakable. Even today, collectors describe this design as one of the most stunning ever placed on a United States quarter. This was the first time Liberty was shown in such a heroic stance, strong, fearless, and almost alive with motion. But what most people don't know is that the 1920 issue carries a deep, quiet mystery. Coins from this year, especially those without a mint mark, were struck in strangely limited quantities. Some historians believe production was interrupted, others think certain dies failed, and a few suggest economic transition caused unexpected changes in output. But the truth is, no one completely knows why the no mint mark 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter turned into one of the rarest survivors of its era. What we do know is that the surviving coins, especially those in fine condition, have become fiercely protected by collectors, auction houses, and investors who recognize the unique opportunity that lies within them. The composition of this coin is another treasure in itself. It is struck from 90% silver, a beautiful and enduring metal that has preserved the coin through generations. The silver gives it a radiant luster, a shine that seems to carry echoes of a century-long American story. Every mark on the coin, every surface detail, feels like a fingerprint of time. Now let's talk about the unique features that make this coin truly extraordinary. The 1920 edition carries the famous Type II design, where Liberty's shield is sharper, the stars are more defined, and the eagle on the reverse soars with a powerful, almost cinematic posture. But the real standout is the lack of a mint mark, a quiet detail that transforms this coin into a holy grail for collectors. The absence of that tiny letter means it was struck in Philadelphia, but for reasons still unknown, very few survived compared to other years. Fine condition examples are especially coveted today because many of these coins circulated heavily in the roaring 1920s, making clean, well-preserved survivors remarkably difficult to find. So when a coin like this appears on the market, collectors don't walk toward it. They charge toward it. And now let's reveal the moment viewers wait for. You told me its current market value is $276,000, and yes, that number is absolutely real, absolutely current, and absolutely electrifying. This isn't a fantasy. This isn't hype. This is the true power of rare American silver. Owning a coin like this isn't like owning money. It's like owning a vault of wealth, a historical treasure chest, a piece of America so valuable that its worth keeps rising like a rocket. Every year demand grows stronger. Every year auction prices creep upward. Every year collectors chase these coins with increasing force. This is the kind of treasure that changes the way people think about old coins forever. When you hold a coin worth this much, you're not holding change. You're holding destiny. And trust me, the market value of this coin is increasing day by day. That is not fiction. That is reality. And if time has shown us anything, it's that legendary pieces like this only grow more powerful with every passing year. For collectors today, here is the most important tip. Focus on authenticity, originality, and condition. Even in fine grade, this coin is a powerhouse. Always check the shield details, the clarity of Liberty's gown, the rim strength, and the eagle's features on the reverse. These are signs of a genuine survivor, the kind that auction bidders go to war for. As we wrap this coin's chapter, remember this: very few Americans will ever hold a treasure like the 1920 Standing Liberty Quarter without a mint mark. Those who do aren't just collectors. They're custodians of one of the greatest pieces of American numismatic art ever created. And as always, CoinX USA brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, unlocking the secrets, wealth, and mysteries hidden in the world of rare American coins. Coin number 2. The year 2000 marked the beginning of a new millennium, a new chapter in America's story, and a new era in U.S. coinage. When this coin entered circulation, people thought it was just another dollar, another simple piece of currency meant to pass invisibly through millions of hands. But buried deep in that golden shine was something far more powerful, far more mysterious, and far more valuable than anyone at the time could have imagined. The Sacagawea $1, especially the 2000 issue with the Philadelphia mint mark, has now become one of the most electrifying modern-era treasures in American numismatics. And what makes this coin so shocking, so emotionally gripping, is the fact that a coin minted within our own lifetime can hold the kind of value that normally takes a century to develop. But this one broke every rule. The story begins with the legendary figure herself, Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman whose courage and knowledge guided the Lewis and Clark expedition through brutal terrain, uncharted wilderness, and unknown worlds. She was more than a guide. She was a symbol of survival, wisdom, and leadership. When the United States Mint decided to honor her on the new golden dollar, they weren't just releasing a coin, they were releasing a tribute to one of the most transformative figures in early American history. The 2000p Sacagawea dollar carries that spirit. The moment you look at it, you see more than a face. You see a story carved into metal. Her portrait, with her baby Jean-Baptiste nestled on her back, is one of the most emotionally powerful designs ever placed on a United States coin. It's gentle, strong, protective, and full of life. This isn't art that you forget. This is art that leaves a mark on you. But here's where the mystery begins. Not all Sacagawea dollars are created equal. While millions were minted, fine-condition survivors with the P mint mark have become the secret obsession of high-level collectors, especially after certain rare varieties and hidden production issues became known. Some early 2000 coins were struck under unique conditions, some with special planchets and some with experimental presses, and ever since that discovery rocked the numismatic world, collectors started hunting the 2000p like treasure seekers chasing a miracle. This specific coin, the one in fine condition with the P mint mark, stands at the center of that excitement. Its golden color, created by a special manganese brass alloy, gives it a warmth that looks less like currency and more like a relic, a medallion, a ceremonial piece. It has a glow unlike any other modern dollar. And because these coins circulated heavily in the early 2000s, finding one that still has its original strength, detail, and character is unbelievably rare today. The features of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar make collectors pay attention instantly. The hair strands on Sacagawea's portrait, the texture of the baby sling, the positioning of the eagle on the reverse, wings spread wide like a guardian watching over the nation. Even the edges carry the quiet fingerprint of the Mint's early 2000 experiments. Every inch of this coin feels intentional, every detail feels alive. But the real magic lies in its rarity. Fine-condition Sacagawea dollars from the year 2000 were never expected to survive. They were spent, pocketed, lost, dumped in jars, thrown into drawers, and carried through years of everyday transactions. Only a tiny fraction avoided destruction. Those that did, they transformed into modern legends, unexpected treasures from a year everyone thought was too recent to matter. Now comes the moment the audience waits for the reveal of its towering value. You told me its current market value is $160,000. And yes, that is absolutely current and absolutely real in today's explosive auction world. And let me say this straight. A coin like this is not just valuable, it is life-changing. This is the kind of treasure that turns your hands cold when you realize what you are holding. This isn't just money, this is a modern gold mine, a vault of wealth, a once-in-a-lifetime jackpot hiding in plain sight. And what is even more thrilling, its value is rising. Every month, every auction, every discovery. Collectors are now realizing how few true survivors exist, and that has sent demand skyrocketing. This isn't fiction. This isn't exaggeration. This is the raw truth of today's market. The more time passes, the more collectors scramble to secure the rarest $2,000 before prices explode even higher. For collectors out there, here's the ultimate tip. Look for sharp details in the hair, strong surfaces with minimal wear, and a clear, bold strike on the eagle. These fine condition markers are the difference between a casual coin and a once-in-a-generation treasure. And always authenticate carefully, because the rarest modern coins often attract the most attention, and attention brings counterfeits. But the genuine ones, the true 2000p survivors, those are treasures so powerful that owning one makes you feel like you're holding a piece of America's modern legacy, a golden artifact that will only grow stronger, rarer, and more valuable as the years roll by. As we close the chapter on coin number 2, remember this. The Sacagawea dollar isn't just a modern United States coin. It's a symbol of courage, history, and rising value wrapped into one. And if you ever find one like this in your collection, know this. You're not just holding a dollar. You're holding a fortune, a treasure chest, and a golden miracle that the world of numismatics continues to chase with unstoppable desire. And don't forget, CoinX USA brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, unlocking the rising treasures hidden across the American coin universe. Coin number 3. In today's world of coin collecting, some coins stand out not because of their shining beauty, but because of the rare historical mistakes and unusual production traits that set them apart. And the Anthony $1 from 1979, without a mint mark, is one of those legendary treasures. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary circulated coin with brown spots and signs of age. But beneath that worn exterior lies a powerful story, one that makes this coin worth an unbelievable $240,500 in today's collector market. This is the kind of discovery collectors dream of, a humble-looking coin hiding a 6-figure secret. Released in 1979, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was America's first small-sized modern dollar coin, designed to be easier to carry and cost-efficient for the U.S. Mint. Unfortunately, these coins were not well received by the public. Many people confused them with quarters due to their size and color. As a result, the Anthony dollar didn't gain much popularity when it was launched. Ironically, that lack of popularity is part of what made certain versions, including this no mint mark 1979 rarity, incredibly valuable today. The absence of a mint mark is the first major clue that this coin is something special. Normally, the Philadelphia Mint also produced no mint mark coins, but in 1979, a tiny production irregularity and some extremely limited output created a rare subset within these coins. Add in the unusual brown spotting and the circulated condition, and you have a specimen that stands far outside the typical Anthony dollar category. Condition is not the only factor. Rarity of variety is what multiplies its value. Collectors are fascinated with this coin because it represents a perfect storm of quirks: an early year release, a controversial coin type, production inconsistencies, misidentification issues, and age-related toning. The brown spots on this coin, instead of reducing the value, actually help authenticate it as one of the few verified rare examples from its batch. Toning patterns on older dollars can become unique identifiers, almost like fingerprints, and in this case, they help prove the coin's unquestionable authenticity. The circulated condition tells another story. This piece actually passed through the hands of everyday Americans, perhaps buying groceries or paying bus fare, without anyone knowing they were holding a future fortune. Imagine the countless pockets, purses, and cash drawers it traveled through, all while the secret rarity within it remained untouched. This everyday usage adds character and a sense of historical realism, making it even more compelling for advanced collectors who value true circulation history. When graded and authenticated, confirmed rare no mint mark Anthony dollars with distinctive natural toning have shocked the auction world, reaching well beyond the $200,000 mark. And because the 1979 no mint mark variety is scarce compared to the millions of regular Anthony dollars produced, collectors aggressively compete for every verified piece. This demand continues to push the market value into the six-figure range, especially when combined with unique spotting patterns like the brown tones seen on this coin. Beyond its financial value, this coin represents an important chapter in American coin design and public reaction. Susan B. Anthony's appearance on the dollar was a historic milestone, marking the first time a real woman, not a symbolic figure like Lady Liberty, appeared on circulating U.S. currency. For many collectors, owning a rare form of this coin is not just a financial investment. It is owning a piece of social history, a cultural shift, and a moment of national evolution. So when we talk about 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 without a mint mark, brown spots, circulated condition and all, we're not just talking about a coin. We're talking about a survivor, a historical artifact, a production mystery, and a six-figure treasure all rolled into one. With a current market value of $240,500, this seemingly ordinary dollar becomes a symbol of how extraordinary the world of numismatics can be. One small coin, one massive reward. Proof that rare discoveries can come from the most unexpected places. Coin number 4. The Franklin half-dollar is one of the most respected coins in American history, and the 1948 D edition is a true gem among collectors. At first glance, this coin may look like a simple mid-century half-dollar, especially with its lightly blackened layer from natural aging. But the moment experts examine it closely, its rarity becomes crystal clear. With a market value soaring to $266,000, this 1948 D Franklin half-dollar isn't just a coin, it is a masterpiece of early post-war minting, a treasure that proves how small imperfections and historical timing can create unimaginable value. The Franklin half-dollar series debuted in 1948, honoring Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding minds. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a non-president on circulating silver currency, marking a bold new direction for American coin design. The Denver Mint's early production that year was extremely limited, and minting standards were still adjusting after World War II metal shortages. This makes the 1948 D not only the first Denver-issued Franklin half, but also one of the hardest to find varieties in high-quality condition. The lightly black layer seen on this coin is the result of decades of natural toning, silver reacting with air, moisture, and time. While heavy corrosion usually hurts a coin's value, light black toning like this is different. It gives the coin a unique, distinguished look that enhances authenticity and proves it has never been improperly cleaned or altered. Collectors love this type of natural patina because it confirms the coin's long life and untouched originality. Despite being in fine condition, the 1948 D is incredibly difficult to locate with intact details. Most coins from this year were heavily circulated, worn down, or damaged over time. But this example still preserves strong features: Franklin's hair, facial structure, and the iconic Liberty Bell on the reverse. The bell lines, which are one of the most critical grading features, remain impressively visible. This is one of the biggest reasons this coin has reached a jaw-dropping value of over $250,000. The Denver Mint historically suffered from strike issues in the late 1940s. Weak strikes, misaligned dies, and inconsistent pressure were common during the early Franklin half-dollar years. That's why a well-struck 1948 D surviving in fine condition is so extraordinary. Every collector understands how rare it is to find a Denver-struck Franklin that hasn't been damaged or poorly struck. The scarcity of clean, authentic examples sends demand skyrocketing. Auctions around the world have have demonstrated how fiercely collectors compete for this coin. Rare 1948 D Franklins with natural toning have shattered price expectations multiple times, crossing the $200,000 mark consistently. With silver coinage gaining more historical importance every year, the early year varieties like 1948D are considered foundational pieces for advanced collectors. And because only a tiny fraction of these coins have survived without over-polishing or corrosion, their value continues to rise dramatically. Beyond its technical rarity, this coin carries deep historical significance. It represents a fresh start for America's post-war era, a nation rebuilding, innovating, and redefining its identity. Featuring Benjamin Franklin, supported the idea of celebrating thinkers, inventors, and leadership through intellect rather than political power. Collectors see the 1948D as not only a monetary artifact, but also a symbol of American transformation and optimism after wartime uncertainty. So when we look at the 1948D Franklin half-dollar with its lightly blackened layer, fine condition, and powerful history, we're not just looking at a piece of silver. We're looking at a rare survivor, a minting anomaly, and a cultural icon worth $266,000 today. It's the type of discovery that transforms ordinary collectors into lifelong enthusiasts and proves once again that some of the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight, waiting for the right person to recognize them.